Hawaii's governor estimates more than 1,000 buildings in Lahaina have been destroyed. Hundreds of people have been displaced. And communities right now are trying to figure out what to do next. Much needed support for Maui is pouring in and hopefully will continue to for some time. One of those charities that offers humanitarian and disaster relief in times like these is already sending supplies to the island. Within hours, Direct Relief pulled together resources and staff to deliver essential medical supplies. So these are things like hygiene products, life-saving equipment. Direct Relief is also committing hundreds of thousands of dollars to the ongoing recovery effort. The vice chair of the board of directors for Direct Relief, Dr. Byron Scott, is with us now live from Maui. Thank you for giving us some of your time. I know you're very busy as you work through the greatest need right now. Tell me what you've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very somber mood here in, I think Maui. I'm fortunate I live in the south part of Maui, so we weren't impacted. There was a small fire they were able to contain, but the other side of the island is pretty devastated. And as everyone can see all the information, it's really sad. You could see the fires Tuesday night, even where we lived, starting with an orange, glow in the air. So just pretty scary.
And talk about the conditions being there, because it changed so fast. We were on the air on Thursday saying there are fires, and by Wednesday, lives had been lost. People were jumping in the water. Were there warning signs across the island letting people know how bad it was?
Yeah, they did a red flag warning Tuesday. I mean, I think everyone got the alert, but it's interesting. I've never seen the weather pattern like this. I mean, typically this time of year, humidity is about 70%, winds 10 miles per hour. On Tuesday, humidity went down to 45%, and then the winds kicked up. I mean, so I think it was those conditions, but the other part, it's just, we've had drought here, a lot of overgrowth of, grass. And I think with that catching fire and just the wind and the low humidity, I think overwhelmed and caused a lot of the problems. So very unfortunate, very sad.
A dangerous recipe. Talk more about these medical backpacks that you all are supplying, what all they include and how you guys are helping.
Yeah, as some people may not know, Direct Relief does disaster relief, not only within the U.S., but globally. And we have a lot of experience helping, whether it's a flood, we've done a lot of fire, support during the California fires years ago. So our emergency backpacks really are quickly to bring a lot of first aid, but also a lot of medical supplies to kind of treat, some of the acute, issues around respiratory conditions. But then also we, provide a lot of medications for chronic disease and insulin, because a lot of the displaced people had to leave quickly and will be without their meds, especially older people or people with chronic disease. So that's a lot what's in the backpacks initially.
What have you heard about the injuries that people have sustained? At one point, we heard the hospitals on Maui were overwhelmed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Maui and Hawaii is always strained, has a strained healthcare system, just, from staff and enough facilities. And, essentially with Lahaina going down in West Maui, you lost all the clinics and urgent cares on that side. So the ERs in Central Maui got overwhelmed. I understand they were flying people to Honolulu. They're trying to set up a lot of portable, urgent care. So I think the rest of the island is going to try to help, but, the whole system is going to be strained in terms of healthcare.
And Hawaii is unique. I mean, one, it's an island, but two, the terrain is pretty difficult. You don't have a lot of access roads. Have you had some challenges in getting equipment in and out? What have you seen?
Well, for the most part of the island, the roads are open, but you can't get to West Maui right now because there's really one main access and it's closed off except for emergency vehicles. So that's why there's limited footage outside of the local officials and the governor going over there yesterday.
What about all the tourists? Have most people been able to get off the island now to open up access to resources for those who are staying?
Yeah, from my understanding, a lot of the tourists were able to get out over the past couple of days. I'm sure some more will be leaving today, but it'll be determined to see what happens in terms of just the hotels on that side, whether they can help some of the displaced people, because that's going to be one of the biggest challenges is just all the people displaced from their homes and the lack of housing on Maui. So that's going to be the next big issue over the next couple of years.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.